Okay, today on WPLRC, we are going to look at the C81 and the C81, or C84 and C84-1. So we got the C84 and the C84-1. Okay, we'll take a look at Mr. C84 here. So it says top and full doors when you get it. There's the top. That's the top there. Okay. Oh, I seem to be dropping stuff. Okay, anyways. So, essentially the wheels are white when you get them. I always paint them black. So, the battery went under the seat on these when you get them. Okay. Spare tires usually on the back. And then this has, let's look at the body here. And these are actually canvas, I think, or something of those nature in real life. So it's a very, very, very thin type plastic. Yeah, the door's open, held closed with magnet. And like I said, the battery goes under the seat normally in this. Okay. Okay. So these tires are not that bad. You know, a little stiff, but soft. Okay, and then underneath, we have got a servo, a chassis-mounted servo. We've got our standard WPL style axles, front and rear. Like I said, counter-rotating gearbox, not glove box. And it's got the long leaf springs. That was an improvement over the last one. Anyways, I think the motor's a 370 if I remember right. No lights or anything, just headlights on this particular one. Okay, not a bad little driver. Now, on this one, here's some of the negatives on this one. Now, first off, the battery's under the seat. The bad thing about that is it was held down by magnets, and so the seat would, you roll it, the seat would flop forward, which is what a lot of people didn't like about it. Okay, and another weak point on these was the spare tire carriers. You see this one's missing it. Basically they break, they're fragile, they break really, really easy. I've seen people review these and have the spare tire carrier broke right out of the box. Okay. Another thing that's kind of a problem on these is these style axles, they have a drive cup made out of plastic. Okay. These have a tendency to break on these. I have seen several reviews where people run them and they break. The C94 also has the same issue, just to let you know. Okay, so then they brought out the C84-1. Okay, so basically this is a little bit different body style. The bumpers doesn't have as much of a pronounced little groove in it like the other one. I think that bumper's kind of ugly. It is a little bit wider. The fenders are wider. The hood is different. It's got some vents here, a little more of the grill. The mirrors are square instead of round or oval. And see, it's got a cover here with a switch. Now these are not scale here, being that this vehicle would actually have a round. It'd have an old style round air cleaner with a air inlet going off to the side there. They wouldn't have all this stuff under here. So that's the one thing that's not true to the original vehicle. Okay. And so it's got the same tires. Okay. And the doors are different on this. I got the top off of this. as well. And this has this style door. This would originally have been a tin door. I was looking at actually cutting this door, but it didn't look like it would lend that great to cutting the top off, being as the door handle's right there. Okay, so I went ahead. This is another thing that comes with these, is these door tubes. They're tiny screws that hold them in. They're a pain to get in with these. I ended up I think I got one per side and just ended up gluing the front of it. And this is the optional roll bar that comes with it as well. It mounts in a different spot up here on the wheel wells. Now, when you run this, you cannot run the top. The top no longer fits no longer clips down correctly when you add this roll bar. Okay, so as you see, the interior looks the same. Well, there's a slight difference here. The battery is still under the seat. However, as you see, there is a little latch. So they've added a latch. The seat goes forward. And that one, except for this one, it has a little latch. Yeah. I gotta get the seat all the way down. It takes two-handed. And that is an improvement, as the seat doesn't tilt forward now, which is an added benefit. Okay, and then they did things a little bit different underneath. Okay, so this is a new style of WPL axle. One of my C94s also has it under the Project X. Yeah, so we got link suspension with coil over friction shocks. Same counter-rotating gearbox with the 370. And then these front axles actually have brass bushings in them, which will help with some wear issues from turning. And it's got kind of the same setup. Chassis mounted servo. Okay. Now, one thing this has different, this axle, if you can see it, it has, let's see here, it has a CV style drive setup instead of the plastic drive cups, which means this actually will hold up better, and it actually, I think, will probably work a little better on the steering than the drive cup and the dog bone style setup. Again, links up here. Okay, now on this one, okay, the only weak links I can think of this one would be that spare tire carrier breaking off. That's the only weakness I see on this particular vehicle. I have tried, like I said, I have tried these axles out on my C94 Project X, and they are good working axles. That was one thing I liked about the C94, that particular C94, is it's got these axles in it, and they are good working axles. So that's these two. I'm going to do a runoff at some point on these, see which one actually works better. I think it'll depend on the situation as far as how they run. So we will do that at the earliest opportunity. So we'll come back with that later. Stay tuned.